Alright, hello and welcome to another crafting video. This is going to be the first one of the Phrecia League, isn't that exciting? Today we are going to be crafting a link weapon, so a 12-link sword, or I guess 11-link actually. Basically what that means is we're going to be making a sword pretty much exactly like this, except for the base type. The base type is going to be different. It's not going to be an anarchic spirit blade, but it is going to have pretty much exactly these stats. So we are looking for a Shaper Elder influenced sword here with the prefixes of socketed skills deal 4% more damage. Socketed gems are supported by level 20 elemental damage with attacks, and then a crafted prefix for the last slot. And then in the suffixes, we are looking for socketed gems are supported by level 20 increased crit strikes, level 20 increased crit damage, and level 20 faster attacks. So this is the goal of today. Surprisingly not too bad to craft at the state of the game, because we have recombinators, since we are still in Sellers League, and those are very powerful for this, so we'll go over that. And I know recombinators can be a little bit confusing for people, so maybe this will help a little bit. If you want to know the very basics of recombinators, I do have a video from Sellers League, a helmet crafting video, where at the very start of it, I go through sort of recombinator mechanics a bit more in depth, and I have like animations and things that I spend some time doing. So hopefully if you need like a primer on how recombinators work with like exclusive mods and stuff like that, you can check that out. I'll link that in the description, and maybe I think you can do like a little card in the top right corner, so I'll try doing that. But for this, we are just going to be crafting. I'm not going to be doing too much of that right now, but if you just want to know the steps, yeah. So we're going to make one of these swords, so Shaper Elder. So we need a bunch of bases. So I've prepped a little bit here, so we have some bases here. So here's some Shaper ones, and here are a couple of Elder ones. To note, first of all the mods here that we need are Shaper mods, except for increased crit damage. That is an Elder mod. So we only have one Elder mod we need. So that is good to note. And it is a suffix. So the way you do this is you do a bunch of recombines, right? And basically the end result is we want a item with two of these suffixes and one of these prefixes, that's Shaper and Elder, and then we want to smash that together with an item that has one of the prefixes and one of the suffixes, and obviously the different suffixes. That's going to be the final recombination that we do. So in order to get there, we need to slowly build up to those bases. So first of all, we need a one suffix, one prefix Shaper Elder sword. So we are going to first just try and skip a few steps by using Awaken Orb. So if you can buy Shaper Elder swords just already off trade somehow, you can find any of those, then that would save you a lot of currency, because these Awaken Orbs currently are 5 div each. So it is a little costly, but unfortunately right now on trade, and a Shaper Elder sword don't really exist. They're way overpriced compared to an Awaken Orb. So yeah, we are just going to be using this. So I'm going to smash this together with an Awaken Orb with a Shaper sword with just one of the mods here. So I guess we can do the more attack damage one for a prefix and a suffix. So we're going to be Awaken Orbing these. The actual sword base for this doesn't matter, because I'm making this weapon for a friend of the stream, viewer stream, who is doing this build. So they're doing the same setup that I am. And for this setup, the base doesn't matter at all, since you're just using it to snapshot the links. So literally doesn't matter as long as it's a sword or an axe in order to be able to cast Rage Vortex or Berserking. So the base doesn't matter. We just need the eye level to be above like 84, I believe. So okay, we're going to be Awakening and Orbing this more attack damage with this increased crit damage. Again, making sure to see that there are no other influence mods on these items, because obviously Awakening Orbs, if you have multiple influenced mods on the items, it will randomly pick one. So you want to make sure you only have one on each item, so you know which ones you're getting. Basically, what we're looking for here is an item with both these influence mods, and then we want to clean off all the other mods. So ideally, we would be able to, from these, get an item that we can clean off, but that is potentially not going to happen. But might as well try getting one with the Awakening Orb, because these bases aren't very expensive at all. So let's just see if we get lucky. I guess I'm going to be putting it onto this gemstone sword, I suppose. It has slightly higher attack speed. Attack speed matters a tiny little bit for the base, because you know you are casting Rage Vortex, and tiny little bit more attack speed I guess would help a little bit. But yeah, so we're going to Awaken Orb it onto this gemstone. Okay, this actually looks sort of promising. So we have a prefix there, and we have a suffix. So what we could do here in order to try and clean this up, what you could do is you could lock suffixes on this item and then try and annul in order to hit that flat lightning damage, because we actually can deterministically annul that other suffix, the suffix modifier of staggering there, the stun duration, because we could do cannot roll attack modifiers and then just annul until it hits that mod, because both of the other influence mods we want are attack tagged. So this is a little bit of a gamba because obviously when we lock suffixes and annul, it can hit the actual suffix can be change craft, and that costs 2 div each time. I think it actually is worth it because otherwise, if we need to remake this base with recombinators, we have to use functionally 2 more awakener orbs, and that's like 10 div. So I think actually it is worth trying to annul this. If we whiff, we whiff, but that is what it is. So what we're going to do here is we are going to craft on suffix cannot be changed onto this gemstone sword here. So we're going to go suffix cannot be changed. There's 2 div. And then we are going to just hope to hit the one in, I guess it's 50-50 sort of. If we hit the craft, we can just recraft it. But yeah, try not to annul the attack damage. All right, with the craft. Try again. The craft again. So this unfortunately can't happen. All right, we whiffed. Yeah, this is you know, this is the life. All right, well, that's fine. I guess I should do like a reforged attack on this thing and see. Because, I mean, we have this craft already. Might as well try it. Yeah, it didn't hit anything. I feel suffixes. Okay. So, yeah, that is unfortunately a bit of a miss. But I think that gamba was worth it. Okay, well, we have this thing. Let's do another base just to know what we have something to work with. So, yeah, we have another base here with crit damage. I'm just going to slam something onto it. All right, so I can slam this awakener. So I can awaken orb this crit damage onto this more attack damage. I can try this thing basically again. Make sure I don't have any other influence mods on the item. Yep, I do not. So we just slam that into you. What do we have here? Okay, so we can actually do a similar thing on this one. Once again, I think it is actually worth doing. So we try again. Because again, we have that second suffix we have there. It does not have an attack tag. So if I can remove that fizz damage, this actually saves us a few awakener orbs. I think it is worth doing this, but you know, I could be wrong. So okay, let's go suffixes. Null. Of course, I always hit the... Ooh, there you go. Okay, nice. So now we actually did remove the flat damage. So what we now do is we do cannot roll attack. Annuls do respect cannot roll attack modifiers. So you can see that the more attack damage there and the increased crit damage both have the attack tag. So you craft this on. And now the only things that can be annulled are the crafted mod and the stun threshold. So we just null, and there we go. Okay, good. So we have one base here. That's very nice. We saved quite a bit of currency. Getting that through the Awaken Orb. So we now have a 1 prefix, 1 suffix base. Alright, so the next step when we have this is going to be to slam this together in the recombinator with something that has 1 suffix. And we want that item with 1 suffix, of course, to be Shaper and Elder, because in the recombinator, it picks the base type at the start. And often, if we are recombining a Shaper Elder item with just a Shaper item, we have the 50% chance of it picking the base type that is just Shaper influence, and then the Elder mods couldn't carry over. So we want both base types to have Shaper and Elder influence. So because of that, we are going to be using this gemstone that I just made, where we missed the annuls. We're going to be using this in order to recombine with that, but of course we need the mod on it, so basically we are going to be alt spamming this, very exciting, for another suffix. So we are looking for any of the suffixes we need, and those are level 20 increased crit strikes or faster attacks. So you could either alt spam for this, or you could harvest reforge, speed or crit. I think I'm actually going to try harvest reforging, so just for now, let's maybe try speed. Should be relatively likely to. There you go, faster attacks. Okay, so here's the thing. We need this isolated on the item, so we can't have any other mods on it. And I think you could use metacrafting in order to help clean it, but I think the easiest, honestly, because it's not very hard to hit this, I'm just going to null and try and remove all this stuff. All right, so miss there, try and hit it again. There we go. So now just trying to null again. Yeah, null again. Null again. And then here... Here we actually can do cannot roll attack, I think. I think it's fine. So again, cannot roll attack would also remove that file mod and just guarantee it. It's not, I think it is probably worth doing. I guess it is 1 div. Is it worth doing for 1 div? Probably isn't worth, huh? Thinking about it. Actually, I don't think so. Let's go 50. All right, good. We had it anyway. Okay, cool. So we have this item now with prefix and a suffix, and we have a suffix. So you want to smash these together. So, in order to smash these together and have the highest odds of hitting a 3 mod, we want to be crafting on exclusive modifiers. So I went through this in the helmet video that I linked at the start of the video and in the description. But basically, exclusive mods are meta mods, like the veiled crafting mods, so the like betrayal crafting mods, stuff like that. And what that means is that when you have those on an item, if it picks one of those in the recombinator to keep, the other ones can't be kept, but they still count towards the total mod pool for the items, so they still influence how many mods you get in the final product. So they're very good to use in order to up your odds in order to keep on mods. So we are first of all going to put on can have up to 3 crafted modifiers. So this is a suffix, that is an exclusive mod. So now we have 2 suffixes and 1 prefix on this sword. We want to fill up the suffixes, so we are going to be crafting on another exclusive suffix here. So we can go scroll up here. So exclusive mods, what I meant is any betrayal mods, so all these hybrid reses, these are exclusive. This thing is exclusive, this thing is exclusive, the minion thing is exclusive, so kind of get what I mean, right? So we're crafting on anything here. I guess I'll craft on a resist, so just do the cheapest one because it doesn't matter. So now we have 3 suffixes on this item, and then we craft on a prefix, because again, we want to be putting in as many mods as possible to up our odds here. So any of the betrayal mods work. I'll just pick a cheap one, like this attack pen. Chaos, I guess we can do, let's do alley pen for good luck. There you go. So this is again an exclusive modifier. So now this is one of our bases that we're going to be recombining. So then on the gemstone here, we want to be crafting, since we have a suffix, again, we want to do multi-mod. And then we actually want to do a double prefix, I believe. It gives us the best odds. So we go 2 prefixes. So we can go the Chaos Pen. Then what's a nice one? I guess we can do the minion thing. Yeah, sure. Let's do the minion thing. So if we count the mods here, this gives us 5 suffixes and 4 prefixes. I believe this is the best odds in order to let us keep what we need here. So let us try and recombine, shall we? Okay, so we put these 2 in the recombination. I believe the success rate of this should be like 70-ish%, something like that. Might be a little lower. I can sort of forget the numbers on this, but yes. So we have our mods here, and we're going to be recombining, hoping to hit a 3 mod. So let's see what we get. No, we hit 1 of them, 2 of them, and we hit 3 of them. There you go. So very nice. Okay. So now we have one part of our final recombine here. So this is the 3 mods. We have our prefix and 2 suffixes. So now we want to be making the remaining 2 mods we need. So the last prefix and the last suffix we need on an Elder Shaper base. So the thing we want to be combining this with is going to be a 1 suffix 1 prefix item with the final mods we need. So those are sport skills are supported by level 20 elemental damage attacks and level 20 increased critical strikes. So I've already been in one of these bases, so here we go. We have a Shaper Elder sword here with level 20 increased crit strikes isolated. So we have that. We're going to need to smash this together with an elemental damage with attacks weapon that looks similar. So the reason why we can't do the whole Awakener Orbit thing in order to try and save some money, in order to get the 1 stuff base here, is because both our mods are Shaper mods, so that actually makes Awakener Orbs not work, unfortunately. But yes, so we're going to be needing another base with elemental damage with attacks, so actually I'm going to need some Awakener Orbs here, because I ran out. So let's buy buy 2 for now. So yeah, these are quite pricey right now. So we need another Shaper Elder Sword base, and I need to roll elemental damage with attacks on it. So I actually have one with it right here, just in case, and then we can just put this onto this random Elder one. And I guess I'll clean this just so it doesn't have any of those mods on it, just in case we get like a decent Awakening Orb. Alright, so we combine these 2. Yeah, a bunch of garbage on this. I guess I'll try and annul, trying to isolate that elemental damage with attacks. Actually, it's sort of hitting it. Oh wow. Interesting. Oh wow, actually. Alright, well that was easy. Well, so normally what I would have to do, just so I don't misrepresent things here, is you would alt spam for this mod. So you would alt spam until this mod hits, and then you would annul everything else. Basically, you would alt spam and then re-go and then annul everything but this mod. And again, we need these rare, because we can't go like, let's say you alt spam onto this mod, right? And then you re-go onto a suffix. So we have 2 suffixes and this prefix. You can't go prefix can be changed scour, actually, in order to isolate it, because that would turn the item magic. And magic items can only have 2 mods, whereas rares can have obviously 6. And we need it to be rare because we want to be crafting on exclusive modifiers. So that is the whole idea here. That is why we need a 1 mod rare item. Okay, so we now have these 2, and we want to smash them together. So in order to smash a prefix and a suffix together, in order to make like a 2 mod, you could just smash them together like this. This is a cheap way. If bases are cheap, you probably just want to do this, because I believe this is like a 1 in 3 or something in order to hit. So it's actually not that bad. So if bases are cheap, you can just buy a bunch of these and then just smash them together until it hits. Unfortunately, these bases, of course, aren't that cheap to make, because you need to use an Awaken Orb each time. So we can actually pretty much guarantee these hit. So what we're going to do is we're going to be equaling out how many mods we can get on these. So on the suffix one, we are going to be crafting on can have up to 3 crafted modifiers. So that makes it have 2 suffixes. And then we are going to be crafting on 2 prefixes. So let's see here, 2 exclusive prefixes. So let's do Chaos Pen, I guess, and then the minimum one. So now we have 2 prefixes on this item and 2 suffixes. So we're going to do the same thing on the other item to basically make it have 2 prefixes, 2 suffixes. So the way we do that is we go multi-mod. So now it has 1 prefix, 1 suff, and then we're just going to craft on 1 prefix and 1 suff. Of course, all exclusives. So suffix-wise, we can put on a hybrid resist, and then we can go for, let's say, the LA pen. All right, so we have these 2 items. I believe this is basically, I think this might just straight up be guaranteed to it, so that is nice. So yeah, we're going to combine these 2 together. Again, the base of the sword doesn't matter here, because this sword is just going to be used for snapshotting, so only the links matter. So we recombine this, and I believe this always hits. Yes, so there you go. All right, very cool, very cool. If you were very lucky while doing that, you could have hit the meta modifier to be kept as a crafted, because then you would have to craft another one on. That would be nice. Okay, so now we're in business. Now we can try and do, let's see how lucky we are on the final recombine. So now we have this one, which we made earlier, which is a 2 suffix, 1 prefix, and then we have the 1 prefix, 1 suffix, and these are going to be recombined together. So we need to put exclusive modifiers on this in order to up our chances as much as possible. So, because we want to keep more suffixes than prefixes on this item, of course, we want to keep 3 suffixes and 2 prefixes. It's more important we fill our suffixes when crafting exclusives. So what we're going to do here is we are going to be crafting on this one a metacraft. So obviously multi-mod, that is the last suffix. And then we are going to craft on 2 prefixes. So this one's very easy. We have no real option there. Since this is obviously a 3 mod, we just craft on the remaining 3 mods. So count up to 3, that fills up our suffix slot. And then just fill it up with exclusive prefixes. So we can do the minion mod, and we can do a random pen. Okay, so that one's good to go. And then on this one, here we have some choices, right? Because we have, more than 3 open mods. So again, we want to be keeping more suffixes, so we want more suffix mods into the pool when we recombine. So because of that, we're going to craft on 2 suffixes and 1 prefix versus, for example, 1 suffix, 1 prefix, because we want more suffixes in the pool when we recombine than prefixes. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to craft on multi-mod. And then we're going to do 1 suffix, 1 prefix. That gives us 3 suffixes on this item and 2 prefixes. So let's craft on a lightning and chaos res for the suffix, and then we craft on a prefix. What's a fun one? Just do the pen one again. So what you could have done here, you can throw on like an aspect on this. Aspects are also exclusives, like aspect of the cat onto this thing. Those are exclusives, and they count as exclusive modifiers. And you can use that on this item in order to get another exclusive suffix, which will let you fill the item. To get more odds of keeping the ones you want. But the reason I don't like doing that on this item is because that is a suffix, and if it gets kept, the item can get bricked, basically. There's no way of cleanly removing it, really, because obviously you'd have to, the way you would cleanly remove it off a weapon is like a cannot roll attack, because it doesn't have an attack tag, right? But since it's a suffix and we want a bunch of suffixes, if it gets picked for the suffix, you likely have 2 other ones, so you can't actually craft that mod on. So there's no clean way of removing it, and the build doesn't want it on the item, obviously, at the end. So I don't like using it on these types of things because it can fill up your stuff. So for now, I think this is what we're going to go for. I believe the odds of this are like a 1 in 5 or 1 in 3 or something to hit, so it's not very likely. So we're probably going to have to do more after this. But yes, this is the play here. So we have our 3 mod here and our 2 mod, and we're going to bash them together, and I believe it's a 1 in 5 to hit. But, of course, the result we get from this we can use for more recombinations, so we don't completely lose if this loses. But yeah, we're going to have to do a little bit more work if it does, and it likely will. So yeah, here we go, holding our thumbs. We save a lot of time if this hits, let's just say that much. Kept LA damage, more attack damage. Crafted prefix. Okay, we missed 1 mod, so... Okay, now we have a 4 mod. This is interesting. So now we have 2 prefix, 2 suffix. So we want to put a suffix onto this. So we could do 1 prefix, 1 suffix and slam it into this. We could also do another 3 mod and put it into this. And I think that's going to be the play because that'll up our odds a fair bit. So we could, we'll do a 3 mod, I think, and put it together with this. So the mod we are missing here is increased crit strikes. So we need that. So we can make a 3 mod, like a 2 suffix, 1 prefix, another one of those with that being one of these suffixes, and I think that'll be a good idea. So let me collect some bases and we can start working away at that. So for this, since we're making another 3 mod, we can actually do that awaken orb trick that I did at the start of the video, where we can try and save the first step in order to try and awaken orb a 1 pre 1 suff. So let's try and get a Elder Sword with a crit damage mod. I guess I can just maybe try Reforge crit on this, see if I can hit it. Yeah, this doesn't seem very okay, we're just gonna, I think I'm just wasting juice here. I'm just gonna all spam this weapon for tier 1 crit damage, so I'll be right back when I hit that. Alright, so we hit a crit damage one here. Not going to try and all this because, again, this is going to be a Awakened Orb, so it actually doesn't matter if it has another mod on it, just as long as it's not an Elder mod, so yeah, it's good. Now we can smash this together with one of our prefixes. So here we have a sword with one of our prefixes, so it'll damage with attacks, so we're going to Awakened Orb these together and hope to be able to clean the resulting weapon. Doesn't matter which one it hits, I guess I'll do it on that. What do we got? Okay, so once again, we can do the whole... stuff is going to be changed and all on this one, and I think, again, it is worth doing. So let's do that right now, in order to try and clean off that fizz damage, because then we can deterministically remove this chance to block there as well. So we try and do it for the 50-50. You know, you always hit the crafting one. There you go, nice. This makes our lives a lot easier. Okay, so now we do cannot attack, and now we just go until we annul that block chance that we did right away. Okay, cool. Very good start. So now we need to put increased crit strikes onto this. So we need a Shaper Elder base, and then we are going to recombine. So let me grab some bases, and I'll prepare that for us. Alright, alt spam here, hit level 20 increased crit strikes. So we go Regal, and then we try and null. Have my alls here. Missed it, so we go again. Alright, hit level 20, increased crit strikes here, and we're going to be needing to remove that fire damage, so I'm actually just going to roll right now. Missed it, so we go again. Okay, so finally hit a 1 mod here, so socketed gems are supported by level 20 increased crit strikes. So the step here obviously is to Regal annul, as you've seen in the previous steps. I'm actually gonna, since it is probably on average costing me, you know, close to 30c per hit of this with alterations, we're actually gonna be imprinting this just to guarantee we can clean this off. It'll just save me time, and also probably actually is worth. So beasts are very cheap this league, or this event rather, because you can like omega farm them. So Craigie Chimerals, which is the imprint beasts, are actually just like 30c. So it's actually probably worth doing this right now, and I believe I actually have some, let's see, imprints. Yeah, we do. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna imprint this thing, and then yeah, we're good to go. So imprint, if you don't know, it's like a save state. So we make an imprint of this item, and then we can do a bunch of crafting to it, and then we can reuse the imprint and turn it back to the states that it is in right now when we imprint. Alright, so that is the imprint. Very cool. So now what we do is we just Regal, we annul, and we missed, so now we re-imprint. There we go. And now we just go again. Okay, so once again, we go Regal, annul. Holy shit. Alright, I'll just keep whiffing. Well, such is life. We re-imprint. Alright, surely this time I can't miss, right? Surely. Annul. There we go. Alright, third time's the charm. Okay, very cool. So now we're going to sell the imprint because don't need it anymore. Okay, so now got some recombining to do. So, similar to before, we want to combine this one pre, one suff with a one suff. So we're going to, on this one, craft suffix double prefix, I believe. So, crafted. So, can have up to 3 crafted modifiers. So now 2 suffixes, and then I craft on 2 exclusive prefixes. So, get a minion. And we can do Elipen. There we go. And then on this one, we will go can up to 3 crafted modifiers, suffix prefix, I believe. That gives... yeah, that gives us 5 suffixes and 4 prefixes, and that's a good amount. So, crafted modifiers, then we go 1 suffix, 1 prefix. So we can do a hybrid res, and we can do... let's do Chaos Pen. For fun. Alright, so we throw these together, and hopefully we get the 3 ones we want. Very cool, very cool. So you can see these steps are like very high odds of hitting. All right, so we have this. Now we can go for another big combine, but we need to obviously craft some mods on. So the mods we add here is pretty easy. We just fill up the items. So this recombines is we have 3 mods on this, and then we have 4 mods on this. We can fully fill up both our pools. So basically we just fill our items up. So this has an open suffix and a prefix. So we just go multi-mod, and then we craft on the final prefix on this and have it be exclusive. So we can put on LE-pen. And then on this one, we go multi-mod double prefix. So we go minion and for fun, caster span. Alright, so this is the highest odds we can actually get to hit this, I believe, because we have full mods obviously in both of our pools, so that's pretty good. So we have 4 mod and a 3 mod. So we now go for the recombine here. Hopefully we get the 5 mods we want. I don't know if this is like I don't know the exact odds of this hitting, but it's slightly better than last time at least, so that's probably good. Alright, so here we go. Let's see if we can do it. Okay. Craft a prefix, good sign, good sign. Alright, we got another 4 mod on the forge. Alright, this is a little bit sad. Since we don't have an open prefix, we can't multi-mod, so this is going to be quite a bit harder to fill up. So we can't get as good of an odds as we just had for the 5 link for the next one, but we can do another 3 mod, I believe. Yeah, so I think the idea here is I'm going to recombine this with another 3 mods. I'm going to do another 2 suffix 1 prefix, I think. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So we need to make another one of those, so I'll be right back when I have one of those. And this is the slightly draining part of recombining, because you have to remake all these bases over and over again, and it's very taxing. So yeah, I'll do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I made 2 more things here we're going to be recombining for the 3 mods. So we have another 2 mod here with level 20 element learned attacks and a crit damage mod. So there's a prefix suffix. Again, I did this, as you can see by the metacraft there. Again, this was an awaken orb sort of situation here, which is nice because that saved me a step. So I did that. And then we have this more attack damage that we need to smash into this. So what we're going to be doing is we are again going to try and make this a 5-4 for the recombine. So we're going to make 5 prefixes and 4 suffixes on this. Smash these together. This looks right. So yeah, 3 prefixes there, 2 there, 2 suffixes, 2 suffixes. Yeah, looks good. Recombine. Give the LA damage. Oh god, actually whiffed. This is pretty unlikely, but okay. So we do have, well, basically we whiffed, but we get another shot here. So I just need to make another base with more attack damage. So I'll be right back when I get one of those done. Alright, so we have basically the exact same setup going again. 5 prefix, 4 suffix in the pool, and then, yeah, we're just hoping to hit the 3 mod. Good. Hit. Alright, nice. Okay, so we got another go at this here. Okay, so let's craft our exclusive modifiers here. So pretty basic here. We are just going to be crafting onto this. Count the 3 craft modifiers, and then just fill the item up, so suffix prefix. Suffix, prefix, and then on this one, yeah, so this is the unfortunate bit about the last recombine we did there. So because we have 3 suffixes on this, we can't do multi-mod, which means we can't fill up the last prefix with a exclusive modifier, unfortunately. So we are just going to have 5 prefixes in the pool, but maybe that's okay. Although that is still, this is, I believe, the same 1 in 5 that the first big recombine we did was, so it's, you know, not the worst thing in the world. But I believe this is the setup we're going to be using. Okay, so yeah, this all looks good. So again, we have full 6 suffixes in the pool and then 5 prefixes. And just hoping to hit the old 5 link. Well, fingers crossed. Oh, this looks good. Oh, there we go. I think that is it, huh? Yeah, there you go. We win. So this is exactly what we want. So we hit the 1 in 5 there on the last one, so that felt good. Okay, so very cool. I believe Craft Will, who I'm making this for, wants is support gems. This craft. I'll throw it on there to make it nice. So there we go. We finished our item. So it took a little bit of effort, but we got there eventually. That hopefully this video sort of shows the way you keep going after you miss one of the recombines. You just have to, adapt to how many suffixes and prefixes you kept, and then make more bases and smash into it. So yeah. So we have this final item here, which has Tier 1 socketed gems are supported by level 20 elemental damage with attacks. Tier 1 socketed skills deal 4% more damage. And then we have socketed gems are supported by level 20 faster attacks, level 20 increased crit damage, and level 20 increased crit strikes. So very cool. For this build we're playing, also there is actually no 6th mod you really want on this thing. You actually do, the crafted mod is actually the best in slot, funnily enough. So yeah, this is pretty much the perfect weapon for Will here for the Reach Vortex of Berserking build. So very cool. So I believe the total cost of that was about a little bit, it was like a little bit over 100 div. I'll calculate the cost after, but not like super crazy expensive for getting an item like this. Of course, it does take some time, and you have to get all these bases and all the stuff like that. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I will be back with more stuff in the future. Certainly more crafting videos. So very cool.